Congressman Wolf, how did you become involved in the issue of human rights?
When I first got elected to Congress, I didn't have any interest in human rights. In 1984, Congressman Tony Hall, a Democrat, my best friend in Congress, asked me to go to Romania, where the church was being persecuted. The Ceausescu government was bulldozing churches and synagogues. And so we spent a couple of days in Romania, in Bucharest, which is a very dark city, a lot of violation of human rights, very secret police. They had what they call the Securitate, the Romanian secret police. During that trip, a lot of people put notes in my hands, told me that their husbands or wives or sons or daughters had been arrested, and what was taking place under the Ceausescu regime during the days of communism. That trip, combined with, in late 1984, the famine broke out in Ethiopia. And then in December of that year, Congressman Hall went to Ethiopia with Bill Emerson, who was another member of Congress from Missouri, a good friend. And when they got back, they called me. I can still remember I was in my kitchen, and they called me, and I picked up the phone, and Tony said, "You got to go to Ethiopia. What's taking place there is unbelievable." The next week, I jumped on an airplane by myself, flew to Ethiopia. We flew up to Alamata and a town called Coram. In Coram, there were about 50,000 people in a camp on this large plain, and it was very grim, very little food, and very bad conditions. And so I just went around with the workers there. We went into the feeding area. In the morning, several people would be dead. I remember the first morning there, it was raining, and it was about 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and women were gathering outside of the camp, and they were wailing, and they had their children tucked up under them, and they were wailing to get into the camp. There was a Dutch doctor with us, a guy named Peter. He would give them a piece of paper, and that paper would decide whether or not they got into the camp to feed their kids. And a lot of people were dying. And so those two trips, a trip in earlier that year into Romania, where Ceausescu was violating people's human rights and religious freedom and bulldozing churches and synagogues and doing a lot of bad things, and the Securitate was running rampant through the country. And the trip in late '84 to Ethiopia at the request of Congressman Tony Hall got me very interested in human rights and religious freedom and the issue of hunger and what's taking place in Africa and what was taking place then behind the Soviet Union, the Iron Curtain.